Cody will have his first match on Raw since 2016. Date, April 11, 2022. Location, Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, MI. Show recap. Raw opened with a video package highlighting Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania 38 return and his promo last week. Jerry Lawler is on commentary with Jimmy Smith and Byron Saxton. Graves and Carmela are off for their wedding. Lawler thanked Graves for sacrificing his own future so he could be there tonight. Miz TV with guest Cody Rhodes. Miz spoke briefly before introducing Cody Rhodes, who got a ton of fireworks for his entrance. Rhodes received a big crowd reaction. Miz mentioned Rhodes' big entrance and wondered if he was trying to upstage him. Miz wondered if maybe Rhodes was the kind of person who only cared about himself. Rhodes said he was trying to enjoy the moment after being gone for so long. Rhodes posed for the crowd who chanted for him, and he soaked it in. Miz said if it weren't for his family name, Rhodes wouldn't be the grandson of a plumber, he would just be a plumber. Rhodes said that would be appropriate because Miz was full of it. Rhodes said Miz obviously hasn't changed, he was still good reliable Mike. Rhodes said he was here for a reason, to win the undisputed championship belt. Miz told him it's a title, belts hold up your pants. Miz noted that Seth Rollins wanted a rematch because Rhodes wouldn't be able to surprise him this time. Miz didn't like Rhodes' chances against Rollins or against him tonight, either. The crowd chanted for Cody. Miz was pissed that everyone talked about Rhodes instead of him after Mania. Rhodes told him to settle down. Rhodes said he respected Miz and his accomplishments. Miz was acting this way because he was resentful. Rhodes didn't have a problem with Rollins and would be glad to give him a rematch, but now Miz was making things personal. Rhodes was ready to take on the best wrestlers in the world. Miz corrected him and called them superstars. Rhodes blew that off. Rhodes was looking forward to having his first match on Raw in 6 years. The crowd chanted for Cody again. Miz tried to attack but Rhodes sidestepped him, and Miz fell out of the ring. Veer Mahaan defeated Dominic Mysterio. This was advertised as Veer against Rey Mysterio since last week, but not only was that not the match, Rey didn't even enter with Dominic. Mahaan countered a dive and knocked Dominic down with his $1 million arm clothesline. He hit another one in the ring before applying a modified camel clutch for the submission win. Mahaan put the hold on again after the match and held it until officials broke it up. They actually brought out a stretcher for Dominic after being put in a camel clutch. After a break, poor Dominic was loaded into an ambulance. Kevin Patrick asked Mahaan why he attacked Dominic after the match. Mahaan yelled that he strikes fear into every man. Earlier today, Sarah Schreiber asked AJ Styles about his upcoming match against Damian Priest. Styles was afraid of what he was about to do to Priest and Edge. They spoke about his family, and when you do that, he has to throw hands. Styles saw Priest walk by so he attacked him. Shane Helms tried to stop him so Priest was able to fight back. They brawled until more officials got involved. Priest did a pre-match promo saying he would prove his worth to Edge, while Styles would face his Judgment Day. AJ Styles vs Damian Priest ended in a. I deleted my recap of this match because it doesn't matter. The match ended when Priest got on one knee, the lights went out, and a blue spotlight shined on him. There was a goofy sound effect and they went to commercial. Second hour. A pissed-off Styles told Schreiber that he doesn't know what the hell that was and he wasn't through with Priest or Edge. Cody Rhodes defeated The Miz. The bell rang to start the match before Rollins entered to watch from ringside. Rhodes hit a delayed vertical suplex but Miz gained control, and they went to break after he booted Rhodes from the ring. Rhodes fired up and dared Miz to hit him. Rhodes followed with a scoop slam for 2 before hitting a suicide dive. Miz kicked his leg out of his leg and applied a figure 4. Rhodes almost got a rope break, but Miz dragged him into the middle of the ring. Rhodes repeatedly smacked Miz in the face before turning the hold around until Miz got a rope break. Rhodes then hit a springboard cutter followed by Cross Rhodes for the pinfall win. The match was fine. The crowd very much liked Cody. Rollins entered the ring after the match as Rhodes celebrated. Rollins said he didn't know who his opponent would be at Mania, so Rhodes had every advantage. Rollins suggested a rematch and Rhodes immediately accepted. Rollins laughed and pranced around Rhodes. Patrick welcomed Tommaso Ciampa to Raw. The crowd cheered. Before Ciampa could say anything, Ezekiel showed up and welcomed him to Raw. Ciampa thanked him. Kevin Owens barged in and told Ciampa that it was really Elias. Ezekiel reiterated that he was Elias' younger brother. He left. Ciampa acted like he believed him. Owens was greatly annoyed with all of this. They replayed the clip of Rhea Ripley saying she got a tag title match for herself and Liv Morgan. However, Jimmy Smith said Ripley was in protocol, so she couldn't be here tonight. Tag team champion Naomi defeated Liv Morgan. Naomi countered a Hurricanrana attempt into a sit-out power. They exchanged cradle attempts and Naomi got the better of it to pick up the pinfall win. MVP's VIP Lounge. Bobby Lashley entered before a break to preemptively crash this segment. He seemed to be mid-promo when they returned from break. He explained that he wasn't invited, so he decided to invite himself. Lashley spoke about being stabbed in the back by the one man he thought he could trust. He called out MVP's punk ass to the ring. Nobody entered initially, so Lashley threatened to destroy MVP's stuff. Omo's music hit, and he entered with MVP. MVP threatened to send Lashley a bill if he touched his stuff. Lashley told him to shove it up his ass. MVP told Lashley to put respect on his name. MVP said Lashley was floundering in WWE before joining him. Lashley was letting a wannabe TikTok star lead his career until MVP took over and made him the almighty. Lashley reminded MVP that he originally came back for one last ride in the ring, but had to hang up his boots before using Lashley as his meal ticket. Lashley destroyed everyone on his own and went all the way to the top, beating Brock Lesnar for the title. MVP said he found someone bigger and better in Omos. He promised Lashley that he won't survive their next encounter. Lashley said he would finish off Omos before coming to get MVP. MVP hid behind Omos. Lashley destroyed the set. R-Truth and some random dudes celebrated Reggie and Akira Tozawa's joint bachelor party. They decided to crash the coinciding bachelorette party, but Reggie didn't like that idea. There was a segment where Austin Theory was granted a US title match by Adam Deville and Sonya Deville. They also agreed to drop the Austin from his name, so he's just Theory now. I believe Theory said that Vince McMahon didn't think the Austin name suited him. Theory left and Owens entered the office. He was baffled over the Ezekiel/Elias situation. He wanted to see Ezekiel's birth certificate or library card. Pierce said those things were confidential. Owens couldn't believe his library card was confidential. Owens wanted to give Ezekiel a lie detector test. Deville was annoyed but said he could do it as long as that was the end of it. Owens left. Deville told Pierce that she made a deal for Bianca Belair's first title defense. Pierce was unaware of this, but Deville claimed she didn't have time to explain who her opponent would be. Non-title match, Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair defeated Queen Zelina. Belair won relatively easily with the KOD. As Belair celebrated, Deville entered with a clipboard and they went to break. Third hour. Deville congratulated Belair on her title win. She knew that Belair was awaiting her first title defense. She mentioned Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Doudrop and Dana Brooke all as potential opponents. Belair said she would love to face any of those women, and would still walk out as women's champion regardless of who she chose. Deville presented her with an open contract. Belair signed it. Deville introduced Belair's next opponent and described her as a generational superstar who broke down social norms. Deville pointed at the stage. As Belair watched the stage, Deville chop-blocked her. Deville continued the attack and laid her out before announcing herself as Belair's first challenger.